Hi everybody, Malcolm here. Just decided to do a location guide for Mayo Mayhem. For those people who aren't familiar with the competition, we have 8 beaches to choose from, all located in the west of Ireland in County Mayo. So I'm just going to bring you through all these locations. Starting at the very bottom, we have Lewisburg. 2 beaches here. We've got Karwinski and Cross Beach. Both of these beaches work very well in southerly winds. We use this beach if the wind is coming in very low. So if there's more wind in the south part of the county, this is where we'd be. We can also use it when there is a very big swell. The islands off the coast reduce the swell down a bit, and it can produce some excellent conditions. Heading up north, we go to a brilliant spot called Mulranny. Mulranny is on the way over to Achill. This beach we would use if it is huge. It works in a westerly. So if you got something like an 8-meter swell, that type of size, this beach works very well. And northwesterly is the best conditions here, as it funnels the wind into the bay and it gives good sideshore conditions. Heading north from there, we come to Kiel Beach. Kiel is where we've held the competition on many occasions. Kiel is great in that it can hold very big swell. It's good if the wind is from the west or southwest. Southerly winds are too onshore here. But as you can see in this picture, it does hold massive swell, which is great. Then heading north even further, we're coming up onto the Balmulla Peninsula, and down the very south of the peninsula is Falmore. Falmore is an interesting beach in that it faces sort of south, so it's great for wind from the west, northwest. It needs a very big swell to work, as in the picture here. In a westerly wind or northwest wind, it can produce some very good conditions. The interesting thing about Falmore, Achill and Mulranny is that they are all starboard tack locations, whereas the rest of the locations are all port tack. Just north of Falmore is Glosh Beach. Glosh Beach works in very similar conditions to Ely, except if Ely is too big, sometimes Glosh might be better options. Heading further north, we come to Ely, famous beach. We've held the competition here last year. Very good in anything from sort of southeast to south. It can produce fantastic waves. A bit tricky in terms of getting everybody onto the location, but still a very good location for holding an event. Here you can see Lars doing his thing, and as you can see on its day, it's fantastic. It can get quite big. It sort of gets anything over 4 to 5 meters gets a bit hairy, so it can be a bit tricky. Heading north, we have Drum. So Drum we have used before, and again, it's sort of a southerly type beach. We held the competition here a few years ago. Also works good in a northeast. Nice location in that you can fit lots of people on it. And then heading north, further up from Drum, we have Cross Beach. Cross Beach is one of my favourite beaches. It's great in that it works in a southerly or a southwesterly. Logistically, it's a bit of a pain in that it's very tight for parking, and the main place where we'd like to sail is the point up at the very top. It produces some lovely conditions in a southwesterly or a southerly. And then heading inside into the bay, there's a few spots that if everything is massive, sort of like 8-10 meter swell, there's a few locations inside in the bay that start to work. So we would use those if it's just too big everywhere else. As you can see, with these 8 locations, we have starboard tack conditions, port tack conditions. We could be sailing side on, side off, anything from float and ride to Red Bull storm chase. So if you're coming to Mayo Mayhem, you better be versatile, you better be ready, because God knows what's coming. I hope you found this video informative. Looking forward to seeing you all at Mayo Mayhem 2024. Take care. Malcolm.